Hello, everyone. Welcome to SWOSU Esports. I don't know what game we're doing today. I guess we're versing Bethany. Because I think Reed forgot to do the stream title again. Well, not again. I think for the first time. But he did not do the stream title, so I don't know what team we're versing. I'm just gonna guess off of Bethany. Um, and let's see. Dang, the sensitivity up here is very high. Very high sensitivity. All right, got ourselves a top 500 Doomfist with Rico. Sword is a very like passionate. Oh my goodness, 76 hours. Very plays a lot of hit scan. Gonna be seeing a Bastion May coming out of Citrus. And then Compost for the support. Saying pretty decent all around the board. Kiriko Moira looking pretty good. And Heapy to Happy till the end. Also saw around the board. Plays a little bit of everything, but hasn't really played too much this season. Mainly going to probably be on the Moira or Lucio. Going to be very excited to see what they're going to be doing here. Of course, you know, Mighty, Pancakes, EXO, Wild Wolf, and Ert, 9,000. We're going to be having Gray versus over Bethany. I think they're probably going to run the same strategy they've always been running, kind of on Lijiang. Lijiang always a really solid map for SWOSU Gray, and always really going to be seeing some exciting Ramatra or Orisa gameplay coming out from them. Dang, we even got 3 level 4 endorsements. I have no idea how they can get that. I can never do it. I would just be I'll be level 3 for the rest of my life, probably. But it looks like they're kind of getting things settled in, waiting for them to ready up. Again, this is looking like a pretty gonna be a pretty hard team for SWOSU to fight against. Pretty solid around the whole board. And then you got Rico up there at the top, you know, pretty dominant Masters player, Masters tank. Gonna be testing Mighty here in the tank, 1v1. But I honestly think they got this. They got a solid team comp, solid like comms, and I think, you know, they can take this home. So we're gonna see how they do it. Good luck.
Now arriving at Lijiang.
Alrighty, going to Lijiang Tower. Looks like we're gonna be going over to which point is this again? I can't remember. I can never remember what point this is. I know Control Center and Gardens, but this is not Control Center or Gardens. I forget what the third one is. Market. I think it's Market. But yeah, gonna be down here in Market. Gonna be seeing how the teams are going to take this. Now we do see. Wait, ooh. Gonna be seeing Roadhog comp coming out there from I can't remember the name. Bethany. Gosh, making my lisps show. Looks like they're gonna be getting themselves a TP on the point though. As we're gonna see EXO gonna get a nice TP. Oh, not a TP on the point, but an actual TP instead. Gonna be switching over to the Sojourn instead. And we see Pancakes gonna be running the Cassidy here, and it looks like they're going to have to back up around point here as they're gonna get a Bastion form out pretty early here. And gonna get a nice golden right there. Going to be able to stop that hook in its place. But now you're kind of just waiting it out. There's not really too much here. Gonna try and get a hook out, but not gonna get the kill. But no, they're going to find the kill on the Wild Wolf right there. Not gonna be able to find the SWOSU on themselves there. But they do have the point control right now. But it looks like Bethany is just gonna be walking on them after getting that nice pick. And EXO is now just left alone, going to go down right there. Unfortunate first pick onto SWOSU right there, going to cost them first point. Now, a Bastion comp of, of this side, like this type of comp is very, very easy to work around. You usually have, like they have the Kiriko, to help with the hog with Ana, but if, Orisa kind of hard counters this entire comp, especially if you give yourself like, a lot of frontward pressure, which it looks like that's what they're going to be doing. Going to try and get out Golden. EXO going to be able to find a beautiful pick, but going to be in a little bit of a weird spot here as they're going to be walking on it now, but Pancakes and EXO just going to be able to keep putting on this pressure now. They could just go to point right now, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Wild Wolf almost getting caught out there. Going to have to re-engage. And it looks like Pancakes is actually going to go down here because he wasn't able to find his way out. Everyone else rotated, but not going to be able to rotate without him. Now, going to be a little bit of a disadvantage here. Going to be down one. You do have going to be a SWOSU coming out. Pretty early SWOSU, but they're just going to try and use as many ults as they can. And that's going to be 2 ults, 3 ults committed from SWOSU, or only 2 committed by Bethany. Now, I will say that was a little bit of a ballsy Orisa ult right there. And it looks like they're going to be going over to the Zarya instead. Against a comp like this, Zarya's fight too, but Bastion is going to kind of just do a lot of melting now. With Orisa, you kind of have the sustainability. Now you're just going for pure damage. And you're going to have to watch out here as that's going to be a big hook onto Mighty. And they're going to try and put up a wall, but no, they're not going to be able to get it in time as Urt's going to go down as well. Mighty and Urt going to go down, and EXO's probably going to be next. Going to be able to walk out there, though, as they're not going to push into the spawn just yet. And we see Wild Wolf as well, as Pancake's still up top, putting on pressure. Only got 20 seconds left on this point. They're gonna have to make a quick and fast if they want to get to this point. But that's gonna be Mighty again, getting dragged in. Pancake's able to find one. Not before they find Pancakes though. Going to have to find some damage here. 92 seconds left, and that's going to be the point, I think. But Urt going to try and get a tap here, but going to find a lot of damage onto himself. Wild Wolf not going to be able to go with him to drop the Kitsune, and that's going to be round 1 going to Bethany.
Score 1-0.
Now, I will say this, SWOSU Gray just kind of not really going with their conventional strategy of like, because the thing is, Orisa is really good against this comp. Like, you just need to find opening with the pressure, because they don't have a Baptiste for the Bastion. The second the Bastion form is done, you kind of just get to walk on them. And that's what I think they should do here. They should just run a symmetric comp and just walk on them after they just keep going forward. Or else Bethany is just going to be putting on so much pressure that they're not going to be able to get anything at all. They're literally just not going to be able to get anything. But we're going to see here, going to get a TP out. EXO going back to the Sojourn again. And this time going to be going on the Ramatra and Pancakes onto the Reaper. Let's see here. EXO going to be trying to find out some damage with his orb. And we do see an Ana coming out, going to get a nice sleep dart, and that's going to be early SWOSU as well. Going to throw down nade, but not going to be able to find it as EXO is going to go down. And there we go, just going to be walking still onto SWOSU right there. Oh my goodness, can I switch to a camera? And that's going to be Mighty down as well. And only Pancakes left alive, and he's going to be down as well. Oh man, I thought I was going to sneeze there. Looks like they're going to be going Bastion instead. Again, I don't think it's really a character issue. I think it's really just them just needing to play patient and wait it out. There's a Tracer now coming out from Bethany as well, putting a little bit of damage out, but now they're going to be able to get that Bastion form out. But are they going to be able to walk forward with it? They were able to get a little bit of space, but that's going to be Bastion form down. They got to wait another 10 seconds before they can get themselves another decent push. That's going to be their Bastion form out now, but Bastion going to get very low, but no one else is going to be really able to look at him as Ramatra's in form, and you only have a Reaper for other damage. That's going to be Bastion ult coming out. And that's going to be a hook on Urt as well, and they're going to have to deal with their main heal being gone for this fight, as Mighty's going to try and punch them in the back, but not going to be able to find much besides the Kiriko. Going to be putting on some damage here though, but that's not going to be enough. Moira ult committed, but not going to be able to find much with it. That's going to be a big nade, though. Going to be able to take out Hog, and it looks like they might be able to get themselves a pretty fast recontest here now. If they can get this recontest pretty fast, then they could just be able to walk on this. No ult needed, no nothing. And it looks like that's what they plan on doing. As we see EXO coming in from behind, going to be able to try and push up. As you see Pancakes as well, trying to get up close. And there we go. They're going to be able to take the point. And now they're going to have to watch out here as Wild Wolf going to get taken out again. This Hog, and now the Tracer as well. And EXO and Pancakes able to find 2, 3, but EXO going to accidentally kill himself. Still going to find a pretty decent amount of damage here, but no. That's going to be Hoggle committed from Bethany there. Going to try and TP out. Will he get it? He will get the TP out, but no. He's just going to get Hog hooked right before he could. 81 to 18 right now. They have to find themselves a pretty solid fight here as Erd and EXO do have ults. EXO going to be using it, and Mighty coming up soon. 9 seconds left. Will he find anything with his ult? No, not going to be able to find any kills. Pancakes and them have 7 seconds left to get onto this point, and that's Erd done. They do not have a nano boost for this fight, and Ramatra ult going to be able to pop it, but going to have to take a lot of cover here as he's kind of weak. Going to be able to find one, though, onto the Lucio, just holding down that right click and just keeping himself alive, but that's going to be too much damage as we see Wild Wolf in the back. Going to be able to find a pretty decent amount of damage there, but no, not going to be able to finish it up. Going to be just trying to keep the heals on. Ert able to find another kill, but Ert going to get hooked, and that's going to be map 1 going to Bethany. Honestly, I feel like they are just having a struggle just trying to find anything onto this Hog. This Hog has been keeping them down this entire time, and they just don't know what to do as the Hog can just kind of walk and has been finding early picks every single fight. And there's not really much you can really do about Hog besides going full counter against it. And whenever the Hog is just finding picks the entire time, you kind of just, you know, they just get the steamroll. They get to keep it going. So hopefully they can find themselves an answer here soon. Alrighty, looks like gonna be getting a ban onto Circuit. Circuit's a good ban. I mean, Circuit's always, you know, like, I don't know. Circuit, in my opinion, is always the most decisive of the escort maps. Like you could play Rialto, you could play Route 66, like you could play what's another escort map? Oh, you could play Gibraltar. Actually, I don't know. Actually, Gibraltar's a lot better now than it used to be. Gibraltar used to be my bottom 5, but after they did that recent little rework, you know, and the meta's kind of changed a pretty decent bit, I don't mind Gibraltar as much as I used to. I think that Circuit is by far the worst one, though. I do not like Circuit at all. Now I'm wondering what Bethany is going to ban instead. Gonna be thinking on it. they're gonna ban Gibraltar. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Rialto really is the only really good choice. There's not really too much good choices for Escort besides Rialto. Yeah, they're gonna pick Rialto. That's what I thought. Get yourself a Rialto. Never mind, Temple of Anubis, please. Bruh, I'm dead. Volskaya? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. Bruh, I'm dead. Did I even did? Volskaya by far the worst map that they have ever added to this game besides Paris. Now Paris is bad. Paris is really bad. But Volskaya, that's even worse. Well, not even worse. It's like second worst. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Welcome to reality.
Alright, we getting this game 2, baby. Game 2. Going on to Rialto. I gotta wake up. Getting this beautiful, beautiful view of the nice Rialto bridge right here. The infamous bridge, if I do say so myself. And it looks like, again, we're going to be seeing the team of SWOSU Gray going to be going on the offense? Question mark? Or no, they're not going to be on offense. I can't tell. I can't tell. Are they doing offense? No, they're doing offense first. I mean, I don't know. I always think that defense is always the better choice. If I have a personal opinion, Because I think defense, you get to learn so much more about a person's, like, you know, whole shtick. Wait, what's the keybind again? I can't remember. That's the wrong keybind. Da 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 da. 3, 2, no, 1. Oh, that's the player cam. I'm trying to figure out what the button is for overview. That's B. I can't remember. Anyways, they're gonna be going into game 2 now. Gonna be seeing again the Hog and Bastion comp coming out from Bethany. And a Widow going to be coming out from Pancakes, going to try and find themselves a nice early snipe. And going to have to rotate a little bit. He's not going to be able to find a pick yet. Going to try and find this pick here. Going to be able to whiff. Wildwolf going to be going down, but going to get a trade onto the Bastion. But Exo going to go down now too. As you see, Mighty's just fighting for his life right now in the front line. And might have to... No, he still has Wildwolf Urt right there giving him some support from down below. If he can get this Hog off high ground, that would be pretty good. But he's kind of just stuck in between the bottom right now, taking a lot of damage to the head as they're just stalling this cart. Gonna get a nice spear and gonna get a wall off. Just need to start putting pressure up there, and he's going to walk off. Now he can push a cart, and that's going to be a Bastion form as well coming out. Oh, but that's going to be a big hook. Going to be able to find some damage. Going to be able to get a little bit of damage off there, but going to get popped in the head. And Exo as well, going to be in an unfortunate situation there. Almost able to get him down, but not going to be just enough. As I think Urt is dead. Yeah. Rico making his point stayed here as he is just standing above them, waiting for them to do anything. And now they're waiting to get themselves a nice regroup here. Urt going to be going over to the Ana, and it looks like we're going to see Mighty on the Hog instead of the Orisa. Going to try and see if he can mirror it here, which is going to be kind of hard walking into their comp with a mirror, because this is going to be a lot of damage running at you. Especially whenever they do form, and that's such an unfortunate hook. He's going to be fishing for that hook. You better not start be peeking that. Oh, but there's one, and there we go. Going to get the peek. Now they're going to have to watch out here. They are down one, but that's also going to be down another. And does Pancakes have a thing to save himself? No, he does not have Coach Gun. So Rico going to be able to find two now. And looking to find a third right now. And immediately Mighty is just going to switch over. Wildwolf going to be taking a pretty decent amount of damage here. They are down one, but it looks like they're going to try and push up more. And that's going to be a pretty decent amount of damage. Going to have to watch out for this. That's going to be beat. Going to drop the beat. Going to see if they get any push. And that's going to be a pretty good wall as well. And they also threw out Bob off the map. So if they can find this freeze here, it'd be even better. And there we go. Going to drop the freeze here. But going to be able to get a pick onto Mighty. They need to find a pick here onto anyone. That's going to be a wall. Going to get a pretty decent wall right there. Going to stick him right there, but not going to be able to find anything as Urt going to get a res, but everyone's already dead. They are keeping this choke hold down with nothing that they can really do. They just need to find themselves they need to push forward more. Like, they need to push forward, or they need to literally just find themselves any dive. And it looks like that's what they're going to try and do. Mighty taking a lot of damage though, and Pancake's going to kill himself on accident. Going to get an accidental SD. And that's going to be Urt again, going to be going down to that hook. And they're going to have to find themselves a very interesting situation here again. This is a lot of damage you're going to be going around, so you need to find out where you're going to be pushing. You guys need to go, they need to go together. And there we go, they're going to try and go together, going to get hooked, but they're going to be seeing Exo in the back, going to be taking doing a lot of damage there. Going to be able to find one, and that's the Bethany's Kitsune, and they're able to find one in there. Who else do we see here? Mighty going to be having to deal with Bob right now, as there's a hog above. Wildwolf going to go down, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Mighty's in a very bad spot. Rico just still standing up top. And now having to Wraith in order to get out. almost able to find one, though. They do find one, but almost C9ing at the point right there. And Rico's going to be able to pop whole hog now, but they have to touch the EXO with a great touch coming out. Just keeping this point alive as long as he can, but Citrus just going to go and mow down with Rico as he's going to have Hoggle. They were able to build something up there at the very end, but they just kept getting shut down. Oh boy. Very unfortunate. All right, we're gonna see. SWOSU is not able to get it too far, but we're gonna have to see how are they going to defend this. They have 4 minutes on the board. Mighty again going back to the Orisa. Orisa is a really, really good pick. Always a really good pick. And I don't know. Pancake's going to be going over to the Mei, EXO onto the Echo. This is looking like a very rough game for SWOSU Gray. This is just like Rico is just constantly putting down pressure that SWOSU Gray just does not know how to deal with just yet. And they're going to have to figure it out this way, as now we're going to be going into this round. You're going to have to watch out for that Widow. This Widow is up top and ready to fire. And they also noticed, I think they noticed that Doomfist is here. Yep, there's Doomfist. Gonna get a nice spear. Gonna have to push him up, push him back. Gonna be trying to find himself a lot of damage here, but he's just gonna immediately walk back. Now, you can't be giving up too much space, as this is basically where you're going to be playing at. And EXO able to find one, but Mighty's in a very bad spot, and that's going to be Mighty going down. They were able to find another one onto the Kiriko and another onto the Genji, and now it's just a Lucio. Will they be able to find this pick? I think EXO will, and there we go. Gonna be able to win that fight. But you are down Mighty right now as he is coming back. Going to be here very soon. Oh my goodness, can I switch to the right camera? But I think they're going to be able to regroup here before Mighty is able to get back to contest the point. And is out in the open. He has to watch out, but that's such a great spear from Mighty. Oh my goodness, a great spear. Able to cancel out that push, saving life right there. And it looks like they're going to be going back to the Bastion now. But Bastion not as threatening whenever you're on the defense. You can kind of just wait around the corner, wait for his cooldown, and especially since you have the Orisa and the Mei to kind of cancel him out. Good wall, but going to have to cancel that pretty early. Now you're not going to have wall for this fight. And that's going to be a big, big fist coming out from Rico. Able to find 1, 2, and going to be able to get a pretty decent hold right there. But you're going to have to watch out. You're going to be able to find the oh my goodness, the spear. But I don't think that's going to be enough. They're going to drop Kitsune. And EXO just getting out of copy. That's 1, 2, 3, and I think that's it. That's the game. Bethany taking game 2. But that was a pretty solid hold. That was a pretty solid hold for a second there. But then ults happened, and, you know, that's what it be. You got to watch out for this Hog, man. Hog is a dangerous menace. You always got to be prepared for it. As he's just oinking away. But now we're going to be going over to map 3, which is Flashpoint, I believe. Ooh. I need to get a drink. And it looks like they're just gonna be talking over everything. So I'll just let them talk it over. All right, Saravasa. We're gonna see what they're gonna run on this. Oh, it looks like NECC Discord acting up again. Like usual. It always bees like that sometimes. Alrighty, looks like they're all ready. Let's get it. Game 3. Going on to Saravasa now.
Initiating match.
I really like Saravasa. I know some people, have their opinion about Flashpoint. Like, yeah, it can be a pretty decisive game mode for some, but to me, I always really, really liked Flashpoint. Like when it first came out, it was a little hard to get used to, but I've always really liked how quick and fast paced that Flashpoints become. It's always been a very, very interesting game mode to play. Um, but also, there's always, I'm ready to see what the next new game mode's going to be like, since it's supposed to be built around old maps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Big TP. Biggest TP in the world. And there we go. Gonna be going over to a Sombra. And Pancake's gonna be going on to the Echo this time. It's gonna be a pretty decent amount of damage onto Pancakes already. And that's gonna be a hook. And I think they're gonna miss. As you see, Mighty gonna be able to walk just forward here. Gonna have to go into gold pretty early. That's gonna be form. They just need to wait that out. If they can wait out this form, they'll be pretty solid. Pancake taking a lot of damage. Mighty going to be able to fall right there. As you see, EXO still on the back, waiting to try and see if he can find himself a pick. And that's going to be a hook and a bomb as well. Find themselves just waiting right there for them to get caught out. Almost able to find a C9, but going to have to back out. Going to be able to find a lot of damage here, but that's going to be dead. That's going to be a pretty big stagger, as now you're going to have to wait until around 70% to get yourself another good fight. If you can find yourself an early pick, though, that would be pretty good. Urt having to watch out a little bit as he's kind of getting a lot of damage thrown at him. A big sleep and a big nade as well coming out from Urt, though, but not going to be able to finish it up, as we do see Pancakes does have copy. That looks like he's going to copy Hog, going to throw down a hook. Going to try and find himself a hook, just going to get and soak up that damage. Still has 8 seconds left on this. Not going to be able to find the hook again. Just going to be keeping this up. Going to be able to get a whole hog out. They're going to just whole hog him off as much as he can. Going to get a pretty decent amount of damage out and able to find one. Now they're going to have to walk forward here. That's going to be a nano boost as well. They're going to invest Moira ult on top of that. Nano boost and Moira ult. But going to get hooked from the other side of the stage. No one has died yet. There's still so much damage. And that's going to be a big ult, but going to get beaten instead. And that's going to be first point going to Bethany. That was a really good attempt right there, but just sadly not going to be able to find enough with any picks. Besides the initial one on Bastion, as they were just kind of ready for that. And now we're going to see how are we going to play this. Pancake's trying to find some damage off here with the Junkrat. Going to have to back up. As you see, EXO and Mighty just pushing forward here. Notices that there's a Kiriko out of place, but going to get the TP out before anything. Urt going to go down. And Pancake's just going to keep putting on this pressure. Going to flop over. Going to be able to get a pretty good amount of damage off. But Wild Wolf, on top of that, going to go down as well. He's trying to find as much splash damage as he possibly can with 2 people down. But that's going to be it. Going to have to give themselves a full reset here. Going to probably have to wait until around 60% to get another touch. And it looks like everyone is back now. You're going to have to find yourself this push. You do have pretty good poke, but that's going to be a big pick onto Urt. That is very unfortunate. Pick onto Urt. Now you're going to have to go and walk forward onto this without Urt. And this is already last fight potential right here. And now you're going to have to watch out, as that's going to be Kitsune. And that's going to be ult from 1. And that's going to be a big double kill coming out from Pancakes into 3, but there's still 2 more on the horizon here. EXO having to watch out, and they're going to commit they're going to commit their own ult right now, and they're going to just full-on reverse it off of that Sojourn ult and get a complete reversal. Oh my goodness, man. That was such a big tire coming out from Pancakes, but just not enough, as Scored is just going to pop that overclock and just able to find 3, almost 4 with it. Now we're going to have to get themselves a rotate here. Taking a pretty decent amount of damage right now. Going to have to find themselves a rotate here. Oh, gonna try and find as much help as he can. That's a big ante, though. There we go. Able to find the first pick of the fight onto Rico. Now, the hardest part is trying to get in with this comp now, as you're going to push in first with Mighty, and they're going to just have to back up. Yeah, there you go. First, there we go. First part of the point going to SWOSU now. That was a very big pick. Rico getting a little bit too ambitious. And we do see Mighty with Sigma ult here. Just going to be putting off some pressure right now. Not going to be enough. Knows that hook is gone. Could go for an ult here. As, you know, just going to be keeping that pressure with the Junkrat. You do see Bastion ult coming out. What is that Melody? Going to try and go. Oh, that's a big scoop. Big damage. That's going to be 1. And there's going to be an overclock. Will they be able to find the pick? There we go. Able to find the pick. And that's going to be a nano boost as well onto Mighty, as Mighty's just going to be able to walk forward now. This is the ults that we've been waiting for. Big ults, and just not going to be able to do the full walk, I guess. Going to be a little bit more conservative here. But if they start walking, they're just going to start walking as well. 82%, 84. This is last fight right here. They have to get this touch now, or else this point will go to SWOSU. And there we go. They're going to walk. And there we go. That's going to be 1, 2. 2 ults committed. Pancakes able to find 1. Find 2. But that's already a team fight. It's just him. He's the last one alive. Able to find 3. This is a big stagger. A very big stagger coming out from Pancakes right there. If they can get themselves a fast contest, I think they might be able to get this. They could get themselves a pretty fast contest here, but Pancakes going to take a pretty decent while as well. And it looks like, I think Bethany is just going to have a little bit too much speed on that. Going to have to watch out here, as you don't want to get picked off now. 35%, going to try and put a lot of damage right now on the Mighty, but they're going to be able to get out of there just in time. Going to have to watch out, though. But Pancakes able to put up enough damage and enough damage output, keeping this spam pressure going with the Junkrat. Able to find that pick and maybe find another. There we go. Pancakes able to find another pick onto the Kiriko now. And Mighty just going to be able to walk forward. Able to find up the final pick on that. And that's going to be point for SWOSU. Now they got to do 2 more points. There we go. Let's see, how are they going to keep this going? It looks like this, Mighty, where the heck are you going? Where is everyone at? Everyone is so split. But it looks like he's just gonna do the big walk around. And now they're gonna have to walk themselves over to the point. Citra's going to be going over to the Pharah now instead, to help counteract Pancake's Junkrat. And still going to be a pretty decent amount of splash damage on top of that. EXO just going to be walking around now with the Tracer. Coming up soon on to Pulse Bomb here. As you see, a big push forward. Going to be able to find a nice flux. Boop. And there we go. That's going to be SWOSU out as well. But EXO not going to be able to find it, though, as that's just going to be Immortality committed. But we do see an ult committed from Wild Wolf here. Is going to a very big, doing a lot of damage right now, keeping this point contested right now. Going to have to use Fate early, though, and that's going to be pretty, you know, not going to have any escape options now. Getting pretty close to Orb, and there we go, Orb's down, but that's 40%, though. But you did commit 3 ults to that fight, none committed by Bethany. But you do have some pretty big ults to boot. You do have Tire, and you do have Nano. If you can find yourselves the opening here, this could be a very good point. As we just see that he's just waiting over there. You kind of don't want to peek that. And it looks like Mighty's just going to be pushing forward. You got to watch out, though. That's the hog, but not going to be able to find the hook off the map. We're going to see, are they going to be able to push in with anything? No, they decide not to push in. They're pushing in, but not with the Junkrat ult. And Earth's going to be getting very low here. Going to have to watch out. EXO able to take one, but this is just a very close fight as there's no extra healing. But there we go, going to try and throw it out Tire. Tire's going around, but not going to be able to find anyone with the Tire. 82%, 83%. This is his last fight right now. And Wild Wolf is coming back, able to find a pick onto the Sojourn there, though. But that's going to be Window. You're going to have to watch out. And there we go. Going to be able to find a big Sigma ult right there. Might be able to find it. There we go. A big rock. Going to be able to find it. But it's only Wild Wolf as they're going to hog off the entire ult. Oh, but that's going to be it. Game 3 going to Bethany. And that's going to be 3 for Bethany, 0 for SWOSU. Good games, though, all around for SWOSU. That was a really good third point. That's why I like to see. And also Pancake's doing a phenomenal job there as well. Yeah, good luck on next. Well, thank you all for coming out. Dang, the lobby's already gone. I want to thank you all for coming out here, to supporting our boys. I don't think there's any more games this week, I think. And I don't know, I think Rocket League might be this Friday. But thank you all for supporting our boys. Thank you all for coming out. And we'll be seeing y'all later.